Um, and it helps the local farmers. It helps the local community.
Mm-hmm.
We sell it cheaper than Fred Meyer's.
Right.
You know, like, then it helps your pocket. Then,
Yeah.
you know, you're helping us, we're helping you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have more of a stronger community net.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more people you see the same people every week, you get to know each other.
Yeah.
You're building longer lasting bonds.
Mm-hmm. I noticed the blackberry bushes behind you. Is there any fear of blackberries taking over the garden?
We're constantly clipping them.
Here it comes.
We are. Matter of fact, we found this summer local grapes, and I can show you. We did not know they were here. They were wild grapes.
Huh.
This hazelnut tree.
Uh-huh.
Okay. First time in 6 years.
Uh-huh.
It's dropping hazelnuts.
Huh.
I started doing Native American stuff here.
Yeah.
Moved up here, and they started dropping.
All right.
That's why everyone was like, "Oh no, wait, you stay. Things are blooming that don't usually bloom. No, you're doing something right." Same year, we find the grapes. Right here.
Uh-huh.
Here.
Yeah.
Here. So they're back in here. We're trying to get them out and build a trestle and have them actually go this way.
Right.
They make more shade.
So is that someone's tent up there?
That is our friend Sammy. He dug most of this out.
Cool. But yeah, it's looking pretty good.
It's come a long way in the time that it's been here.
Oh.
You know, ever since Sisters got involved with it, it's coming like a lot. You know, we've made it because we're, you know, Sisters of the Road is really like activists and really get people involved and put things out there and like let people know. Those are raspberry bushes.
Right.
That are put in. They're kind of like, the white ones aren't doing so well. The regular red ones are.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to work on that because we may have done something a little bit wrong. But
Yeah.
it's a work in progress.
I noticed these little steps right here. Are these different?
Okay. This is where, when you mulch,
Uh-huh.
you keep the moisture in the ground.
Right.
So this is going to be where things are going to get put in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the mulch on the sides to keep the moisture in the ground.
Oh, okay.
So, as you can see, the kale's going that way.
Uh-huh.
And then the mulch is going to go on either side, and then this way you're able to, and then things that are better with mulch on top of them, we plant them that way.
So what was in that container over there? I noticed there's some caution things on it.
They're like compost piles or just trash. We just use them for trash.
Oh,
When
okay.
people donate barrels and stuff,
Yeah.
we use them for whatever we can.
Okay.
Like those are our rain trapments barrels,
Yeah.
the blue ones. We have some blue and white ones down there. We're trying to use the roof by where the trees are to collect the rain. We're trying to do more rain catchment this year for this winter. So we're trying to really set up for that too, so we have less water issues over the summer.
Yeah, I noticed you got a composter over there.
Yes. That was actually donated.
That was actually donated?
Yes. One of my friends, actually, my friend Ray, who lives up by me, it was just sitting out with a sign saying free. And he was like, okay, we need that. And like picked it up and brought it over. And he's like, he plopped it over there, and then they moved it over there. And, you know, we're working on putting a cob oven in to be able to make food and stuff when people are actually doing the thing. So we're trying really hard to, and we have garden parties and stuff like that. Every Sunday we all get together and we encourage people to come down and help out with the gardening. And, you know, I've got a bad hand and a broken jaw, so I'm up here like in here going, okay, let's salvage these grape leaves. Let's get them growing. And, well, because they're still babies. They're like this, but, and they're so sweet. And they're the green ones. That's all we found so far are the green ones. But.
And that tent that I see right there, what's that? Is that a storage tent?
No, that's our friend Richard's tent. You had met Richard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Richard's tent. We're slowly moving him to where all that cardboard is.
Right.
Underneath the hazelnut. We're eventually going to move him over and get him out of the walkway. That's actually our back entrance.
That's actually back.
Yeah, like that actually makes it so we can come straight here.
Oh,
when we're lazy, we can just.
And so you're gonna move him over where that cardboard's at?
Yeah, we're slowly gonna move him over there. We're gonna pallet it and just move him over in that direction.
Cool. Yeah. So do you guys actually have a storage spot for all your fruit?
For our. Well, no. What we do when it comes to the fruit is we gather it that day.
Yeah.
And we take it.
Right.
And they take it to wherever the local farmers markets need it to be stored.
Okay.
But yeah, no, the nights, like, we'll do a lot of collecting at night sometimes.
Yeah.
And they just take the bushels. The UFC comes in, grabs their bushels, and leaves.
Oh, cool. And so looks like there's places all the way around this thing, you know, as far as
That is Steve and Sheila. They've been here 6 years. And they're actually the caretakers.
Huh.
Yeah. They watch the actual grounds at night where they are.
Oh, okay.
We kind of keep things out during the day. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, give and take.
Right.
But they call us if there's actually a problem, and they have. They've been like, Raven, oh God, it's 10 o'clock at night. Like, okay, I'm coming. Because they're an elderly couple. So
Right.
They come and get us when there actually is something. Otherwise, they run people off on their own. They can be a little scary elderly couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the trees were donated.
Cool.
And it's an awesome thing. And the thing is, not only is it a farm, but we also encourage habitat.
Right.
Because it even says wild habitat on the sign. So that's why we don't want to get rid of the blackberries too much, because there are raccoons and squirrels. Yesterday I was doing some work and a squirrel just picked up a nut, sat next to me and was like, and it was a baby little squirrel. I mean, I was like, oh my God, you're so cute, adorable.
Really?
And he just sat and ate his thing next to me. I was like, okay, we got a situation going on. Nice.
Right.
We've watched rats chase squirrels up trees, and squirrels have their nuts in their mouth. They're looking at the rat like, what are you doing? Get out of my tree. And the rat fell and shook his head and was like, that wasn't supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to. We all looked at it and said, you weren't supposed to be in the tree in the first place.
Yeah.
Your damn ass fault. You fell because you weren't supposed to. You're climbing. Not your environment, sir.
Yeah, well, that squirrel's meat and that rat wants it.
Yeah. So it's fun. Watching the local habitat. How we are. We have cats out there. Sheila and Dee have cats, two of them.
Right.
And they kill the rats over by where they are constantly. And they'll come down, we'll be walking and working, and the cats will sit there and do this. And you'll see them shake their heads and then walk away okay, we have your approval apparently. Okay.
So is that the actual owner of the property up there?
No, this is where it's a little confusing. The owner of that house at one point donated the land.
Okay.
From what I understand, there's renters up there now. We don't legitly know if the people up there are the owners anymore or they're just renters.
Okay.
There's a lot of, that bike that's up there now wasn't up there recently.
Okay.
So they probably finished the construction on the second floor where the fire was, and now people are allowed to rent there again.
Okay.
So I do have to go over at some point and actually talk and find out. I have the address and everything. I just need to be okay, I need to speak to the owner of the house.
Yeah.
Not a renter, the owner. And if you guys are not the owners, I kind of need to know where she is.
Right. So does a lot of the people here work over here?
Everybody on our side does.
Okay, so all the homeless over here work in the garden?
Yeah, Dee works here in the garden. Marty is security a lot, as you saw him going around and yeah, no. and the pregnant couple that's in the tent right next to Marty's tent,
Mm-hmm.
they work at Sisters of the Road more.
Okay.
But they do a lot of help.
Right.
And they're also kind of like, they actually pick up garbage, stuff like that, but we're trying to make it to where they had housing. So now
Right.
they're back on a waiting list because something went wrong. So we were letting them stay here until they had their housing fixed.
Right.
We do try to help out people that are just trying to, like, you know, be here for just a minute to, like, gather their stuff.
Mhm.
You know, we want people that are really going to be here for a good minute long.
Right.
So that's pretty much what is going on. It's what we're trying to do. We're helping.
Okay.
And this is where what we kind of call where we live
Uh-huh.
is Hazelnut Grove.
Right.
And we're debating whether or not down here will be called Hazelnut Flats or Hazelnut Grove still.
Right.
Because the hazelnut trees are where we are and they're blooming.
Right.
And we've got hazelnuts, which
Mm-hmm.
everyone is just shocked because they haven't been here. So it's like they're here and it's like, woo, we have
Mhm.
hazelnuts.
So what's all this stuff?
This is spinach, I believe.
Okay.
Some of it's doing well, some of it's not. It was just really recently planted. We did a lot of harvesting recently,
Yeah.
and we did a lot of regrouping. And there's
Mhm.
some new seedlings we put in for lettuces, stuff like that.
So you harvested, then you reseeded.
Well, but we also changed things out. Like
Yeah.
we took out the tomatoes and we're putting other things in, and we rotate our crops
Yeah.
and stuff like that constantly.
So you guys know what crops are good in the winter and
Yeah.
what crops.
Well, that we're still you know, we're getting better with that. But yeah, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't necessarily plant certain things in the right places at first,
Mm-hmm.
so some things withered,
Right.
but we're still working on that. So yeah, it's still a work in progress.
Cool. And here comes someone right now.
So hello.